Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. I'm in a little bit of a frisky mood this morning. I've been dancing in my apartment, listening to some cool tunes, thinking about different ideas, and I came up with this idea the other day to kind of like, I'm not sure where this is going to go, but the series could be like, why is this on my shelf, or what is this doing here, or what the heck is this movie? I don't know. Behind me is my horror DVD collection and my little toy collection. I don't have a lot of toys, but I thought it would be fun to just close my eyes, grab a disc, and then just talk about it for a few minutes. Why is it in my collection? Why is it important to me? Maybe it's something I've reviewed in the past, and I can uh, how do I say that? Send you along to a longer form video of a review I did. Or maybe I thought if it's a movie if that's in my collection that I've never watched, then if I pick that movie, then I have to watch it and do a review either that same week or like the following week or something along those lines. I don't know. It's just an experiment. It's a Saturday morning. I have to go to work for 8 hours, so I'm not too terribly thrilled. And it's going to rain, and I don't know. I haven't had a whole lot of time off lately. I've been working a lot, and I've got some ideas buzzing in my brain that want to get out. So it could be one of those days, you know. I don't know. I've been playing. I'm just gonna sit down now. Oh, kids, it's no fun getting old. I'll tell you right now. Though you know, my friend Cersei would say I'm not that old, but um, yeah, I'm in my apartment, by the way. This is my horror movie collection is behind me, and my books and my toy collection. But yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of fun. I've had a few people say that my videos are kind of long, and that maybe I should do some shorter length things, some shorter content for you hipster millennials. Um, no, I'm just kidding. I love you. I do. I love everyone. Well, mostly everyone except for the person that has the access to the giant red button, and I'm not talking about Ren and Stimpy. But anyway, behind me is my one of my movie closets. No, kids, I'm not getting back into the closet. I came out of that a long time ago, and as much as some world leaders want to put us back in there, we aren't going. Capiche? So anyway, so I've got like this rack behind me, which is pretty. I don't want to shake the camera around too much, but this is my kind of my horror movies and stuff like that. My DVDs anyway. My horror Blu-rays are in here, along with pretty much everything I have in this location. I've got all my vinyl behind me. My VHS horror is over there. And then I have a whole closet at my mom and my sister's house, which is filled with stuff I haven't brought to my apartment. I moved here like almost a year ago, and there's still stuff over there, but it's probably like stuff I don't know, I probably wouldn't watch immediately, or stuff that I don't feel I need in my collection immediately, or maybe it's stuff that I'm going to get rid of. And then just like oddballs, I don't know, like I have 3 out of 4 seasons of The Incredible Hulk from the late 70s, and I'm still searching for that 4th season. So like those 3 seasons are over there. I don't want to start that until I've got all the seasons so that I can binge it. Would suck to get to like, you know, season 1 and 2, and then all of a sudden you got to stop and wait to find season 3. So I'm just going to wait. But behind this closet, kids, is all of my kind of other stuff. I've got comedies, cult movies, action movies, kids movies, VHS, all kinds of stuff. So what I thought I'd do is I would move you over here, or try to anyway. I'm knocking over half my records, but in this closet, which you will see, I have a whole bunch of my movies. Yes, there we go. Hopefully there's nothing embarrassing in here. I didn't pre-check the closet. This is just wires and cables and things like that, but no sexual torture devices or anything weird like that. But anyway, this is all my Blu-rays, DVDs, and all the other stuff. Some of it's like this stack is not filed. I got this shelf, believe it or not. I got this shelf out of the trash. I'll give you a higher view there, but so way up there is my horror Blu-rays, which are up on that shelf. Then I've got some VHS, mostly like kids and family kind of VHS. I got my Evil Dead, Books of the Dead. Then I got some box sets. That's more children's and family movies. Then I've got like what's back there? I don't know what that is. I can't see from here. But I just got like I've started to divide it into genres. So let's try to keep this video short. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna reach behind me somehow. I'm gonna reach behind me and I'm gonna grab a movie, and then I'm gonna talk about it for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna let you go. How's that? All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Close my eyes, and I'm gonna go way back, and I'm feeling something here. Okay, I'm pulling a movie out. I'm not looking at it. You guys can see what the movie is. And now I'm going to open my eyes and I'm going to talk about it. Oh, Rear Window. Alfred Hitchcock's classic from 1954, if I'm not mistaken. Starring the incomparable James Stewart. I was actually just talking about this in my summer movies, my favorite summer movies. And this movie kind of gives me those like spring, summer vibes. I saw this movie for the first time probably about, I want to say probably about 10 or 15 years ago. I didn't grow up in a house with movies. Like I had the Star Wars trilogy and Blade Runner and like a few other things, but mostly I just rented movies, and I don't know, I just didn't, like back then I was so into like science fiction and horror and cult movies that I just didn't go for any of the classics. So I didn't see this till much later in life, but as soon as I saw it, I was on a trajectory to find more Alfred Hitchcock. I had seen Psycho in high school. Actually, my English teacher played us Psycho when he was teaching us about foreshadowing and tone. I can't remember that teacher's name, but he was pretty cool. I think I flunked his class though, but I did really like watching Psycho. And that was probably my first exposure to Hitchcock. Aside from, I think I had seen a few of those Alfred Hitchcock Presents TV shows. But Rear Window came much later in my movie watching life, and I was immediately in love with this movie. This also co-stars Grace Kelly, Wendell Corey, Thelma Ritter, and Raymond Burr. What else can I tell you about this? Music by Franz Waxman. Screenplay by John Michael Hayes. This is a Universal DVD from, I'm going to say probably late 90s, early 2000s, if I'm not, I don't know if I took a guess. There's nothing special about this release, unfortunately. It's a pretty bare bones release, but for me, that's all you really need about this movie. This is about a guy who is, and I did this in my summer video, I think, did he have like a broken leg or something, or an ankle or something? He was in a wheelchair with a cast, his leg was up, and he was extremely bored, and he was you could tell, like a very inquisitive character. And he has this zoom camera, and he starts looking out the window at his neighbors in this courtyard, and he starts to see things going on, and he's like, wait a second, is that, did I just see what I thought I saw? Like, kind of gives you the Disturbia with that guy I don't like, and what was the other one? Of course, there was a remake of Rear Window in the late 90s with Christopher Reeve, which was pretty good. I mean, that was after Christopher Reeve had his accident, and so he was wheelchair bound. Or I don't know if that's a very nice thing to say. He was confined to a wheelchair. I don't even know if that's very nice to say. He was in a wheelchair from the result of an accident that he had. But he was still making movies and producing and stuff. And so, shout out to my boy Christopher Reeve, of course, rest in peace as well. But they did a remake of Rear Window with Christopher Reeve. It was a made-for-TV movie. I remember watching it with my partner at the time, and we were both like kind of jazzed. Like, yeah, this was a really good movie. Couldn't touch the original though with James Stewart, but yeah. So he starts to look out the way, he starts to see things. And he's like, oh, well, the other movie was Harrison Ford, What Lies Beneath, and Michelle Pfeiffer. She's also looking across the yard to the neighbors and starts to think she's seeing things. Did that guy just murder his wife? And like, so in this one, it's a bit more intricate than that with this one though, because there's a whole bunch of players in the story, in the building across from him, and there's all kinds of little goings on. And I love that, if memory serves, and I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I can remember like there was a lot of quiet scenes where it was just like, this woman comes down to water her garden, and there's a person walking their dog, and there's these little things happening outside his window. Much like if you looked out your own window, you'd maybe see some things going on, and you'd maybe if you stared at it too long, you'd start to see things. But yeah, I love Rear Window. It gives you those real kind of confined vibes, summery. It's nice weather outside. I think it's summer if I'm not mistaken, but it gives you those kind of vibes. If you're, for me, it's like a rainy day movie in the summer. That's when I like to watch it. You just get those kind of cozy vibes, and the acting. Of course, James Stewart, one of the greatest actors to me of all time. I love, even if he was sort of similar in a lot of his roles. He's got that very distinct voice and that very distinct look that. It's like, oh, it's a Jimmy Stewart movie. Here comes Jimmy Stewart, and it's like he's got that little voice, and but yeah, classic James Stewart, really, for me. And I'm trying to keep these little reviews like sort of short and sweet, and not really go into all the production notes and this person used to be in that movie or this TV show and blah blah. It's just like my quick thoughts, so this video can stay short. I'm already at 11 minutes, so you see it's how I can already start rambling, but. That's today's movie, Rear Window. If you've never seen this, go check it out. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere, but you can usually find a copy of this on VHS or DVD when you go out thrifting, at least where I live. And I live in a very small town, so I see this quite often when I'm ootin' a boot up here in Canada. But yeah, that's it for today. Do you love Rear Window as much as I do? If you missed it about a week and a half ago, I launched my favorite summer movies and my favorite summer horror movies, two-parter, and P-A-R-T-E-R, two-parter. And so go check that out on my channel. I have a separate playlist just for those favorite summer movies. I think maybe like as the years go on, maybe I'll add some more to it. But that's it for today, guys. Tell me your thoughts about Rear Window below. Let's try not to go too far off tangent with other Hitchcock movies. Of course, we know he had a lot of other brilliant movies, but give me your thoughts on Rear Window below in the comments below. Consider giving me the thumbs up if you like this this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And next week, we will dive back into the closet and I will see what my fingers and my closed eyes can find. But until then, take good care of yourselves. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the video store or in the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. Hopefully, I won't see you out in my courtyard doing bad things with things, or however that goes. That's it for today. Happy weekend. Bye.